तो अपन लोग क्या बोलते हैं इंग्लिश का जो हमारे पास एक मॉक टेस्ट लगा रहे हैं, ठीक है। हमारे पास ये पहला रखा है रीडिंग कॉम्प्रिहेंशन। सबसे पहले इसमें स्टार्ट करते हैं। इसमें क्या रखा है, रीडिंग इज अ फंडामेंटल स्किल, plays a vital role in our lives. It is not just a deciphering. It is not just about deciphering words on page, but about the doors it's open to knowledge it imparts, and worlds it's allows us to explore. Reading is an essential tool for learning, expanding our horizons, and fostering imagination. ठीक है। When we read, we acquire knowledge. Whether it is reading textbooks, newspaper, online articles, we gain information that help us understand the world. Books is a in particular, are treasure trove of knowledge. They contain wisdom of generations, the discoveries of great minds, and the stories to diverse cultures. Reading book can educate us on history, science, literature, and countless other subjects. It is like having a mentor guiding us through complexities of life. Reading also क्या बोलते हैं, broadens our horizons. It exposes us to different viewpoints, perspectives, and experiences. When we read about characters from various backgrounds or explore far off lands through the pages of novel, we step into uh, their shoes and see how sees the world from a different angle. This broadening of perspective fosters empathy, understanding, making us more tolerant and more open-minded individual. Furthermore, reading fuels our imagination, whether it is fantasy novel, science fiction, or compelling mystery. Books transport us to other world and challenge us to envision the unimaginable. Our minds become the canvas and the word paint the pictures. It is magical experience that ignites creativity and inspiration. ठीक है? Moreover, reading is a skill that transcends academic boundaries. It is just not about scoring well on tests. It is about developing critical thinking, analytical skills, and ability to communicate effectively. ठीक है? A person who reads regularly is likely to have broader vocabulary, better writing skills, and improved ability to express their thoughts and ideas. In our modern digital age, reading has taken new forms. E-books and audiobooks have made it accessible and convenient. With just a few clicks or taps, we can access a vast library of literature. However, there's something timeless and intimate about holding a physical book, flipping the pages, smelling the scent of paper and ink. In conclusion, reading is not just a hobby, it is a cornerstone of education, personal growth, cultural achievement. It empowers us with knowledge, broadens our perspective, ignites our imagination, and equips us with essential skills, whether we are reading for pleasure, information, or self improvement. Reading is a journey that enriches our life and shapes us into more informed, empathetic, and creative individual. Alright, हम इसके क्वेश्चन देख लेते हैं इस पैराग्राफ के. What are some benefits mentioned in the passage? क्या बोल रखा है रीडिंग के, क्या बोल रखा है कि क्या बेनिफिट होते हैं. एक्वायरिंग नॉलेज हो गया, फिजिकल एक्सरसाइज नहीं हो गया, डेवलपिंग ऑफ नाइन्स रीडिंग एंड प्रोफेंसी, बस हो गया था. अब अगला बोल रखा है हाउ डज रीडिंग ब्रॉडन आवर होराइजन्स एंड फॉस्टर सिंपैथी. लास्ट लाइन में दे रखा है, मतलब कैसे ब्रॉडन हमारे होराइजन करता है और क्या एम्पैथी करवाता है. एम्पैथी मतलब किसी चीज़ के लिए बुरा समझना, पूरा करना. सिंपैथी as to different viewpoints and experiences by promoting narrow-minded expressing as different experience. ठीक है. What is the role? What role does reading play in developing critical thinking and communication skill? क्या रीडिंग क्या रोल प्ले करता है क्रिटिकल थिंकिंग और कम्युनिकेशन स्किल्स के लिए. It broadens horizons but does not impact it expands probability, improve analysis, English and C मानना है. ठीक है. अब क्या बोल रखा है, इंट्रिकेट इंट्रिकेट, इंट्रिकेट कहाँ था? इंट्रिकेट, इंट्रिकेट कहाँ था? उसका मीनिंग समझते हैं। इग्नाइट काउंटर तो फ्रेंच होगा, उल्टा होगा। इसका बोल रखा है कॉम्प्लिकेट, बोल रखा है कॉम्प्लिकेट मतलब इंट्रिकेट, इंट्रिकेट मल्टीपल सिंप्लीफाइड लग रहा है इसका आंसर। इसका मुझे पता नहीं है, इसका इसको भी मारूंगा नहीं मैं, मुझे तीसरा लग रहा है। अब अगला चैप्टर, अगला पहला का पढ़ते हैं। ये बड़ा, काफ़ी बड़ा पैराग्राफ है, देखते हैं। प्रीजुडिस, एंटोनिम ऑफ इनकैपमेंट, मूवमेंट, सेटलमेंट, शेल्टर, रेफ्यूज। एक्सजैजरेट मतलब बढ़ा चढ़ा के बोलना जाता है ना। सेड कंप्लीटली डिस्क्राइब एज बेटर। अगला पैराग्राफ है, इसमें 2 ही क्वेश्चन हुए, पढ़ना ही पड़ेगा, देखते हैं। बहुत बड़ा पैराग्राफ है, इसको पढ़ते हैं। चलो, इसमें दे रखा है लार्ज एनिमल रिक्वायर luxuriant vegetation has been a general assumption which has passed from one work to another, but I do not hesitate to say that it is completely false, and it has validated the reasoning of globalists, geologists on some points of great interest in the ancient history of world. The prejudice has probably been derived from India and Indian islands that where troops, elephant, noble forests, and impenetrable jungles are associated together with everyone's mind. If, however, we refer to any work through travels through southern parts of Africa, we shall find allusions. We shall found allusions in almost every page, either to desert character of country or to number of large animals inhabiting it. The same thing is rendered evident by many engravings which have been published in various parts of interior. Dr. Andrew Smith, who has lately succeeded in passing the Tropic of Capricorn, informs me that taking into consideration the uh, whole of the southern part of Africa, there is no doubt about a big sterile country. On southern coast, there are some fine forests, but with this exception, the traveler may pass through days together through the animal inhabiting these wide plains. We shall find numbers of extraordinary, great, and their bulk immense. It may be supposed that although these species are numerous, the individuals of each kind are few. They, by the kindness of Dr. Smith, I am enabled to show that the case is very different. He informs me that one day's march with bullock wagons we saw without wandering to any great distance on either side between 100 to 150 rhinoceros. The same day he saw several hundred giraffes amounting together nearly 100 at a distance of a little more than 1 hour walk from this place of encampment of previous night. Actually killed 8 hippopotamus. He partially actually killed his party actually killed 8 hippopotamus at the one spot and so many more. In this same river, there were likewise crocodiles of some. It was a cause. It was a case quite extraordinary to see so many great animals crowded together, but it evidently proved that they must exist in great number. Dr. Smith described that the country passed through that days was being thinly covered with grass and bushes about 4 feet high, and still more thinly with mimosa trees. Besides these large anyone the least acquainted to the natural history of the Cape had read the herds of antelopes, which can be compared with the flocks of migratory birds. The number indeed of lion, panther, and hyena, and multitude of birds even of prey plainly speak the abundance of small quadrupeds. One evening, 7 lions were counted at same prowling round Dr. Smith encampment. And so, as this an able naturalist remarked to me, each day the carriage in southern Africa must indeed be terrific. I confess that it is truly surprising how such a number of animals can find support in large country in country producing so little food. Large quadrupeds no doubt roam a wide tract in search of it, and their food chiefly consists of underwood, which is probably contains many nutrients and small bulk. Dr. Smith also informs me that vegetation has a rapid growth. No sooner part consumed than its place is supplied with fresh stock. It can be no doubt, however, that our ideas respecting the apparent amount of food necessary for the support of large quadruples are much exaggerated. The belief that where large quadruples exist, the vegetation must necessarily be luxuriant is more remarkable because the converse is far from true. Mr. Burchell observed that When he entered Brazil, nothing struck him more forcibly than splendor in South American vegetation, with vegetation contrasted with the South Africa. Other with her abundance of all quadruples in his travels, he suggested that the comparison of respective weights, if there were sufficient data of an equal, be extremely curious. It will take on one side the elephant, hippopotamus, giraffe, bosquefer, eland, and five species of rhinoceros, five species of wild, and on American side, two turpes, corpus, three deer, bison, three case plays alongside methods of the now mention what is ठीक है अब बोल रहा है डिस्कस क्या बोलते हैं प्राइमरी कंसर्न व्हाट इज द प्राइमरी कंसर्न ऑफ द ऑथर प्राइमरी कंसर्न क्या है between size of mammal and the nature of vegetation contrasting ecological condition in Africa providing large animal to discussing the relationship between size of mammals and the nature of ठीक है उसके बाद बोल रखा है according to author prejudice error in reasoning of biologists false ideas about Africa incorrect assumption on part of what has led to prejudice see why does Darwin quote Bush's observation to illustrate well-known phenomena to prove a hypothesis